Dear participants, hello and welcome to everyone. Thank you for your interest in joining us today. We are excited to present a unique opportunity to invest in agriculture of Georgia. And we will explore how our lands can be a fruitful investment for you. So let me allow you to start our presentation with a short promotional video, and afterwards we will continue with our presentation. Thank you.
By the initiative of the Ministry of Environmental Protection and Agriculture of Georgia and the Rural Development Agency, the Imereti AgroZone is implementing the Greenhouse Cluster Development Project, a unique opportunity to invest, buy infrastructurally fully developed land in the western part of Georgia, Imereti region, blessed with ideal climate and fertile soil conditions. The government of Georgia ensures the development of internal and external infrastructure on 220 hectares of land, providing public transport services, fencing the entire perimeter, installing security systems, and essential utility infrastructure, electricity, gas, irrigation and drinking water, and sewage systems on both production sites. The Imereti AgroZone land plot is divided into 159 hectares in Skaltubo and 61 hectares in Baghdati municipalities. Sites are close to the national highway, railroad, airport, seaports, and regional and international markets. Imereti AgroZone production sites will be supplied with all primary utility infrastructure, more than 100 megawatts of electricity and 40 million cubic meters of natural gas supply will be available to meet individual farmers' needs. Other utility infrastructure includes drinking and irrigation, water supply, and sewage systems connected to individual plots. Imereti AgroZone offers the opportunity to interested parties to invest in various technological greenhouses, to buy infrastructurally fully developed land plots in the Imereti region. Investors will have the possibility to produce various agricultural products, such as vegetables, herbs, berries, flowers, etc. Take advantage of this unique opportunity. Invest in the agriculture of Georgia.
Okay, this is a short video which describes the project, what we are implementing. So you see the etiquette about our presentation. So I would like you ask the questions, if any you have, after the presentation, or you can write it on the chat and then we'll answer all your all questions. Okay, briefly, I would like to tell you a story about background of Imereti AgroZone. So, Greenhouse Cluster Development Project was initiated by the Ministry of Environmental Protection and Agriculture and Rural Development Agency. And for this purpose, the Rural Development Agency founded Imereti AgroZone LLC in 2017. In 2019-2020, first budget and land plots were allocated to Imereti AgroZone. At the same 2020, together with our consultant teams, we developed the project concept and the 10 years business plan. In 2021, we had an expression of interest and first round of request for proposal. And expression of interest and first round of RFP showed a big interest in our project. So in 2022, we started the implementation phase 1 of our Greenhouse Cluster Development Project. At the same 2022, we have developed the TOR for detailed engineering of interior infrastructure. And the same year, we established an horticulture training and demo center with mostly participants of the first request of proposal. Because on the first RFP, we invited all kind of potential interested parties, that's suppliers of the greenhouses, equipment, chemical seeds, educational centers, and so on. So on September 1st of 2023, we announced a second round of RFP, and we will tell you about this RFP, which was announced recently. So now you see the locations, our land plots. We have 3 different land plots in West Georgia and Imereti region. You see them green, yellow, and blue ones. So green, that's 125 hectare, which is dedicated for solar energy generation. It's very close to our main land plot, so that's 159 hectare, which is in blue. Both lands are located in Tskaltubo municipality. And the last one is 61 hectare in Baghdadi municipality. 159 and 61 is for greenhouse production sites. And the 125, as I told you, is for solar energy generation. Our land plots has a very good location in terms of logistics. We are very close proximity with the national highway, with railway. Next to us is located Kutaisi International Airport, and now is going, government is doing reconstruction of runway, and very soon we will be establish a agricultural terminal as well. So this gives possibility to make transportation by airplanes of fresh produced products. Also, we are very close proximity from main seaports. That's a seaport port in Batumi. It's around 100 kilometers from both destinations. Imereti region is very famous with its mild climate. And historically, in this place, where the greenhouse activities very well developed since Soviet time. So in 2021, UNIDO conducted a study in just one municipality, that's Tskaltubo municipality, and they found out that there are more than 3,000 small greenhouses in this one municipality. And you see on the pictures location of these municipalities in different villages. Totally, it's not a big, that's around 77 hectares, all of them together. It's very small greenhouses, starting from 200 square meter up to 600 and maximum 1 hectare. They are located in the backyards of the farmers, and they are producing mainly herbs. And 80%, around 80% of all herbs produced in Georgia is produced in this municipality. Farmers are producing also about 70,000 of different kind of vegetables. Just for your information, I want to say that only in 2022, Georgia imported more than 50,000 tons of different kind of vegetables, because we do not have very well developed the greenhouses in off-season time. It's a winter time. We do not produce any kind of vegetables that they are imported from neighboring countries, mainly from Turkey. So according to UNIDO study, we declared that the greenhouse clusters already exist in these villages because, as I told you, more than 5,000 farmers are involved in greenhouse activities. Here you see our land plots in Tskaltubo and Baghdadi municipalities, and we have developed the initial layout of our land plots. So under this RFP, we are offering our potential investors to buy land plots on these production sites. We will start development with Baghdadi land plot production site. That's a 61 hectare. And you will see here the main roads, electricity, gas network. So that's an initial layout, as I told you, and it will be corrected upon the potential investors' requests. The minimum size of land plot investors can buy, it's 0.5 hectare. Now about the terms of RFP. So Imereti Agrozone made a valuation of land plots, and it was done by the international appraiser company, that's a Moore ABC, and they evaluated the land plots accordingly, that for high-tech greenhouses, we are selling the 1 square meter, that's for 85 Georgian lari, and for medium technology greenhouses, it's a 1 square meter, it's a 55 Georgian lari. Let's include all infrastructure what we have described and what you saw in the promotional video. So with this RFP, we are also offering the preferential payment terms to our potential investors, and it's divided in 4 payments during 10%. It's the initial payment after signing the contract, and the investors has to provide the additional 10% of guarantee for remaining amount of money. The second payment will be done, it's at 25%, and it will be done when we will finish all land works on our production sites. That's a leveling, that's a internal roads, that's a drainage systems, and so on. And at that time, the investors have to pay 25%. The third payments will be done then Imereti Agrozone will finish all utility infrastructure, electricity, gas, water networks, and at that time, 20% of remaining money has to be paid. And the last payment is after 1 year of the third payment. That's a 40%, and at that time, we hope that greenhouses will be built already on this size on these plots, and it will be operational already. We will give the 1 year operational time also to potential investors. So we hope that after the all land works will be finished, the investors will have possibility to start the construction of their greenhouses. Also, we calculated the service charges, which will be applicable to our tenants. So that's around 0.49 tetri for 0.49 Georgian lari. That's a 49 tetri. That includes all kind of services which Imereti Agrozone will provide. That's road operations, reception, and management of drainage water, management of black and gray water, waste management, safety, street lights, internet, and so on and so on. So as we said, the government of Georgia will develop the entire infrastructure on these land plots, and we will give the free access to these utility networks, and that includes to our investors, and that includes 180 megawatt of electricity network, because we have quite a big electricity consumption. According to our estimations, we consider that there will be 70% of the high-tech greenhouses and 30%, and that's the estimations, 30% of medium-tech greenhouses. So as I told you, the consumption of electricity is very high, 180 megawatt. The 78 million m3 natural gas network, drinking and irrigation water, it will be supplied from boreholes, because underground water is very close, and we have to drill about 25-30 meters, and we will supply the fresh water from our boreholes. There will be full infrastructure, as I told you, and single window provision as well. So on the screen, you see the prices for utilities. That's electricity, drinking and irrigation water, and natural gas. So after the presentation, we will distribute this presentation to all participants, and you will have all this data, and you can consider what kind of costs you will have during your productions. Except of the land sales, we are also inviting potential investors to submit alternative proposals. That can be any kind of offer, which is offer to participate in project implementation that align with project objectives. Alternative proposals involves also purchasing of Imereti Agrozone shares as well. Just to give you highlights about our project, that's a total investment to build all infrastructure is around 77 million US dollar. The IRR of the project is 25% and NPV is 2.5 million. So you can get the detailed business plan and all these numbers in our data room. And I will tell you how to get access to data room as well. Next slide, please. So as I told you, we announced in RFP 1st of September, and deadline to submit the proposal is end of October, 31 of October. And it starts with, we have 3 different kind of returnable schedules. The first one is a registration form. And anybody who wants to get access to our data room, they have to submit the registration form, which includes also the NDA agreement. And after the registration form and returnable schedule 1, which will be received on our mail, rfp.@eas.ge, we will open the access to interested parties to our data room, and you can see all materials what we have developed during the last 3 years. The next returnable schedule is returnable schedule number 2. That's for those one who wants to buy the land. You have to just write there the land size you want to buy and the technology you are offering to. That's a high-tech or medium-tech greenhouse. That's all. And returnable schedule number 3 is alternative proposals. And here you have like an open field. You can write any kind of offer, any kind of your imagination, how you can participate in project implementation, including as I told you, buying the shares of Imereti Agrozone. So all these documents you can download from our website. And please submit the registration form, first of all, to get the access to our data room and to our main concept papers, business plans, drawings, and so on. Okay, next slide, Georgi. So now I would like to pass the word to our project manager, Georgi Chkwasseli, and he will tell you about the Georgia itself and why to invest in Georgia.
Thank you, Mr. Archil. From my side, I would also like to thank all the participants for your interest and for your time. Just to quickly tell you reasons why to invest in Georgia and to just to give you a quick glance at the country. Georgia, with the capital city of Tbilisi, with the population of 3.7 million, is situated in the Caucasus region, bordering Russia from the north, Southeast Asia, from Southeast Azerbaijan, from South Armenia, and Southwest Turkey. Georgia has 3 international airports. 2 of them are in the western part of Georgia, and one of them, as Mr. Archil already mentioned, in Kutaisi International Airport, that is in a real close range to Imereti Agrozone land plots, and one in the eastern part of Georgia in the capital city of Tbilisi, and also with 2 main seaports that are also in western part of Georgia in Batumi and Poti city. Also, Georgia has the parliamentary system, and with the currency or a national currency, Georgian lari. In the last 5 years, Georgia has experienced an all-time record of the foreign direct investments that was up to 9 billion USD. Yeah, so the country is ideally situated at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Geographically, it is an ideal location to export goods to the various markets, and economically, Georgia has free trade agreements with the market with up to 2.3 billion population. And with a simple and service-oriented custom policy, exporting or importing goods to Georgia is relatively easy. Also, additionally, Georgia has one of the most attractive taxation systems, having 0% on retained profit and 5% on dividends and royalties. As also it was mentioned by Mr. Archil during our project, Greenhouse Cluster Development, foreign investors are eligible to buy agricultural land plots in Georgia. And yeah, the government of Georgia sets the approval mechanism for investors in Ordinance number 222 that was issued in May 2021. And in this presentation, we have also included all the links to the Georgian laws and ordinances that are translated into English for your convenience. And all the links you can find are in the presentation at the last slide on slide 17. Now I would like to get backward to Mr. Archil.
Thank you, Georgi. So, dear participants, we are now open to your questions and we'll be happy to answer and to give you more explanations to all interested parties you will have. So we already received one question on our chat. So let me first of all answer to this question. So how will you provide the electricity? So electricity will be provided from the grid, and there will be special grid constructed to get the access to national grid system. We will have like 110 kilowatt electricity grid, which will come to our land plots, and there we will have a substation. It will downgrade it down to 35 kilovolts. So that will be distributed or 35 or less. It depends on the requirements from investors. Also, here is a possibility to get it from gas generator. It's up to investors. They can put the gas generator on their premises as well. Only issue we have in our RFP that investors has to consider all environmental issues as well, and so there is no any limitations. We are also considering, as I told you, to build a solar energy generation plant nearby to our production sites, and also the biogeneration also is possibility to be developed at our premises. So we will have several sources for electricity. Okay. So please raise your hands and Georgi will give you a possibility to ask questions, or you can write your question in our chat and then we will be happy to answer. Please. So I don't see any hands raised so far. It seems that everybody was clear for you, but as I told you, we will be happy to give you more explanations. So next question, let's say, who is going to build the greenhouse on the plot? Of course, the greenhouse will be built by the investors. So the goal of our project is to develop an industrial agrozone, and we will give possibility to get the free access to our potential investors who will buy land plots. And afterwards, we have, of course, to build the greenhouse. After the greenhouse is built, we have to run it, so make a production, produce it. Also, we can rent it out. So, main idea to the government will develop the infrastructure, and the potential investors are buying the land and building the greenhouses. Okay, next question, please. you can always also can write to questions or any kind of, if you need any kind of additional information, you can write to our mail. That's an rfp@eas.ge, and we'll be happy to give you more information regarding our project. Okay, let me read the question. Unfortunately, yeah, his question is there a possibility to get the land free of charge? Unfortunately, it's not possible. The government is investing a huge amount of money in infrastructure. As I told you, it's around $77 million US. So the idea is that government will invest to build this agro-industrial zone, and the investors will have to buy land. We can give the preferential payment terms to investors, but they have to buy land. It's not we can bring any kind of technology. We can help to technology or other suppliers to sell their technologies and equipment to potential investors, but it's absolutely necessary to buy land. Okay, next question. Who can communicate for solar energy plant and generator needed? So solar generation plant also is Imereti Agrozone project, and you can contact us regarding this project, but we think that the solar generation plant will be built on later stage. After we start, we will send a certain amount of land plots, and we will start development of the network, energy, gas, water, and so on. And according to needs and what we see from our tenants, then we can start the solar generation project as well. But we can start the pre-feasibility study. We have collected some information about the solar energy, so we are open to start discussion regarding solar energy generation as well. So heating system in greenhouses, that's also investors has to decide how we will do it. But as I told you, we will provide free access to our gas network as well. So investors can make a heating by boilers or other equipment. It's up to them. Investors are deciding what kind of technology they will use in their greenhouse. It's up to them totally. On the request that we will ask investors to build a high-tech or medium-tech greenhouses, because we have a lot of low-tech greenhouses around. Mainly these farmers who are around our production sites, they have these low-tech greenhouses and very low production and very low yield. There's a big gap of knowledge, and they do not have access to technologies. So idea is that within the development, our production sites with high-tech and medium-tech greenhouses, the local farmers also will update their existing greenhouses. That's why we are asking for more higher standards when we already have them. Okay. Okay, Natia is asking that they are a digital agency and marketing agency, and this is time to submit any kind of proposal, alternative proposal. So as I told you, we'll be happy to get any kind of alternative proposals, because after the RFP will finish, we will decide how we will continue implementation of our projects, and so all interested proposals will give us opportunity to structure how we continue implementation of our projects, and we will be happy to any kind of partnership. It will be from marketing side, technology side, or any kind of solar energy generation or to supply any kind of equipment or technology or so on. So it's time to submit alternative proposals, any kind, as I said, because according to our proposals, then we will choose the partners also, how to we are going to develop and go further with our implementation. And then that's again about the greenhouse and technology providing. So definitely we will have the list of the potential suppliers. And we already have it because as we started our projects in 2020, and we have visited many exhibitions, we have a lot of contacts with suppliers. So we will provide all our investors with our suppliers list, which we already have, and we will be happy to have it more, and it will be distributed to all the potential investors. But as I told you, it's up to investors which supplier they will choose and which technology they will choose. But of course, we will have this potential, we will have a list of potential suppliers, which will be distributed to our tenants, but then we will decide which supplier we will choose and which kind of technology we will choose. But you can submit, as I told you one more time, in our alternative proposal, you can tell us you are a supplier and what kind of, how you will supply, what the terms and so on. But we will prepare for investors the potential lists. So that's about the technology again, and about the energy generation. So we will start, as I told you, with electricity. We will supply electricity from grid, and we will supply the greenhouses with natural gas. But also, of course, we are looking for green solutions as well. And most of electricity produced in Georgia is really green because it's produced in hydropower stations. We have a lot of hydropower stations, but we are also looking for solar generation. We are also looking for biogeneration. So any kind of green solutions for our investors, which will be implemented one by one by investors, or can be implemented by Imereti Agrozone, and then investors will get access, all investors will get access to our technologies, are welcome. So please, again, submit your proposal in alternative part and tell us what kind of high technology you are offering for green energy solutions, and we will be happy to share it. Thank you. Okay, the question is how you can join the list of potential suppliers, clients. So again, you have to submit your like an offer to our alternative proposal, and all suppliers automatically will be included in our potential list of suppliers. So please, any kind, as I told you, any kind of offer can be submitted in with returnable schedule number 3. So again, about the technology, we can write you letter, submit first of all the proposal with returnable schedule number 3 to our RFP mail. That's an rfp@eas.ge. You can send us a mail, and we can talk about separately about technologies and so on. But first of all, we need to start official negotiation with any kind of participants. We need your proposal. That's an official RFP, which was announced by Emirati Agrozone. And so we have to wait until the 31 of October. Then all proposals will be submitted. And only after this, we can start negotiations with the participants. So please submit your proposals, any kind of proposals, to buy land or to offer any kind of offer, which is in line, as I told you, with project objectives, with returnable schedule number 3, and we will be happy to start negotiations with all participants. Okay, I think so far I answered all the questions which came from our chat. If you have, you can ask online also your questions by raising your hand, or you can write a question to our chat. Okay, please, more questions. So one more time, I want to stress out that with submission of returnable schedule 1, that's a registration form. That includes an NDA also. With signing this NDA, this gives you access to our data room. And you can find in our data room a lot of materials regarding for example, land plots, starting from geology, hydrology, soil conditions, water analysis, all kind of information about our land plots. You can find there the concept of our project. You can find there this initial layout of land plots. You can find there this our 20-year business plan with all numbers. And if you are interested to buy Emirati Agrozone shares or to participate in other way in our project, so a lot of materials can be found in our data room. So please submit your registration forms, and we will give you access to our data room, which will be very valuable for you and help you in decision making. Okay, is there any more questions there? I don't see hands, and I don't see new questions also in our chat. So 1 more minute for you to decide if you want to ask question. No questions so far. So, dear participants, 1 more time, thank you very much for your participation and for your interest. And we do hope that you will first of all submit the registration form, and we will give you access to our data room. And finally, we are waiting for your offers, for your proposals. The deadline is 31 of October. Till that time, we are open for communication with you. You have to write the mail to our mail, which is now indicated here in our chat. You can see, or you can see it on our webpage, and we will be happy to provide any kind of additional information to help you to make a decision. Thank you one more time, and hope to see you with your proposals at the end of the October. Wish you good luck to everyone. Thank you.